Hi guys, so for this video what we're gonna do, lo que vamos a hacer is we're gonna make a pozole verde, a keto-friendly pozole verde. What we're gonna start off doing, I'm gonna put the ingredients in a little freeze frame in the front so you guys can see what ingredients we use, but essentially I'll show you guys. We're gonna be using for this video is a handful of spinach, a handful of cilantro. I have 2 poblano peppers here that I roasted over the flame, and we're also going to be using, it's like, well, that's for my mom's also making one for my family that's not on keto, so that's what that's for. We're going to be using tomatillo. I put 1 serrano pepper because I didn't want to take the seeds out, and I don't want it to be spicy because my sister's also eating it. So that's what we're going to do. I have a pot of water that we're going to put the chicken in. We have, I use my chicken breast. So for this one we're going to be using, it's like about 2.5 to 3 pounds of chicken. I have 1/4 onion. I have 5 to 6 cloves of garlic. I have 3 bay leaves. And then I have oregano, cumin, and some black pepper. I also have some pink Himalayan salt and some consomme or chicken bouillon that we're going to be using for this video. I'll try to insert a list so you guys can see what we're going to be using. So first off, what we're going to do, I'm trying to put my camera so you guys can kind of see me, is we're going to add the chicken to the pot so it can cook. And we're gonna just add it, and we're also gonna add the fourth onion, the 1/4 onion, sorry, and the garlic and the bay leaves, and we're gonna add about a tablespoon of Himalayan salt. Just make sure you rinse the chicken before putting it in the water, just so you guys can get rid of all that, like has like this little sticky consistency when you first get the chicken, and I don't like that, but some of us like to wash it, some of us don't. That's up to you, but essentially that's what we do. I just washed it with water, so we can just do that. And then we're gonna add the 1/4 onion. The onion was too big, so that's why I just put 1/4. If it's medium or small, then put half. Unless you like onion, then you can put more. But I take it out at the end. I don't leave it in. I just for the flavor. So you put the onion, then you're gonna put the bay leaves. So I put 3. You can put more if you want. Essentially, I always take them out anyways, but you guys can put more. And then I'm gonna put the garlic cloves. I peeled them because I will be using these garlic cloves for the sauce later. It's just so they can also get flavor. And then we're going to be doing about a tablespoon. If you guys don't want so much salt, you can put less. Himalayan salt, I feel like it's a little bit stronger, but see, we're going to be putting 1 tablespoon. It doesn't have to be perfectly 1 tablespoon. I'm going to kind of measure it out. I will mix it though. It's just so it can get flavor, so the chicken won't be so bland. Okay, so now that we put everything in there, we're going to mix it. Just so the salt won't just stick to the top, you know. As you can see, I'll try to show you. I put the chicken, and it has the cloves, the onion, and the rest of the ingredients that we put in. Just make sure that when it's cooking, just make sure that once it's cooking, some little like foam comes to the top. Make sure you scoop that out. You can use either a little strainer, or I use like these just regular spoons and just kind of scoop it all out. You don't want that in your pozole, so you can do that. As you can see, I already have the tomatillos and the serrano pepper cooking. we want it to turn like kind of like a lightish yellowish greenish color. I'll show you once it's done. For that, I don't know if you guys can see that, but let's see. And then now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna peel. I'm gonna peel the poblano peppers and take the seeds out because we don't want the pozole to be spicy. So just let me do that, and I'll be right back so I can show you what we do. Okay guys, so I just took them out of the bag, and you can see they're roasted. What I do, you can either put them on a pan or you can roast them on the flame. I roast them on the stove top, just like on the flame. I feel like they roast faster than on the comal or on a pan, but I mean, it's faster that way. You can just use those little tongs to move them around. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna peel the skin off. It's pretty easy to peel once you leave them in a little bag or just in an enclosed space, because then they kind of get like sweaty and you can take those off. Sometimes they don't peel so perfect, but just try your best. If not, that's fine. You are gonna put it in the blender to blend for the pozole. So we're just gonna do that really quick, and I'm gonna be right back, and I'll show you guys how we cut them up. Okay guys, so now that I peeled it, as you can see, all the skin is off. We're gonna cut it. What you want is you want to get rid of the core, and then you're gonna slice it open and remove the seeds. So here, I'll show you. So I'm just gonna, you might want to do it on a cutting board, but essentially just make like little slits to remove the core. As you can see, you just remove the core. And then we're gonna just slice it, just make a little slit so it can open up. And then you're just gonna push the seeds off using the knife, or you can rinse them off however you want. I just use a knife. Doesn't have to be perfect, just get the majority of the seeds off. Sometimes they're really stuck on there, so you just have to do that. Just make sure not to touch your face or anything until after you wash your hands, because it can be. So just take off all the seeds. Okay, and I'm gonna do that for the other one, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back. I just finished peeling that one, and I also took the little tomatillos off the stove. I don't know if you can tell. I'll try to put it over here. They are like a yellowish greenish color, and so now we took them out. I drained the water out just so I could pour it into the blender. So that's where we're gonna start doing the salsa, but we have to wait a little bit until the onion and the chicken cook. So I'm gonna let that cook. As you can see, it's starting to form the little foam on top. I have it on high. My stove has like little numbers, so I have it on number 8, which is on high. So I'm gonna be waiting for that, and I'm gonna let that cook a little bit, and I'll be right back so I can pour everything in the blender and show you guys how to make the salsa. Hi guys, so in the process when I was waiting for it to cook, I did take off the little foam that was on top. I don't know if you guys remember that it had white like foam. I took that off. I'm just waiting for it's almost done. I'm just waiting for it to keep cooking so it can cook all the way. And meanwhile I was doing that, I also forgot to mention that we do not use hominy. By hominy I mean the little kernels, the corn kernels that people put in their pozole. Instead we put cauliflower. You know, I did chop. It's about two small heads of cauliflower. They're not necessarily that perfect, but you can make them smaller if you want. I'm gonna see how much I'm gonna put. I just chopped them all, chopped it all. If not, then I'm just gonna freeze them and use them for another dish. But meanwhile, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna put everything in the blender and wait until the little garlic thing is ready. So we're gonna put the tomatillo. It was about half a bowl. I'll show you guys the bowl I used. It's like kind of like a cereal bowl, but half. If you don't want to use the small ones, I ran out of the big ones. If you're using the big ones, put about 7 to 8 big tomatillos. If not, then you can just use 15, like the little small ones. Mine is about, I think, maybe 15 to 20 little small ones. It's called mi pero, but you guys can choose whatever you want. So I'm just gonna pour it in. I'm gonna pour in the serrano chili. I'm gonna put the 2 poblanos. You can do 3 if you want. I only wanted to do 2 since I'm only making a small amount. So you put both of those. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the handful of spinach. Okay, we're just gonna, we have to push it down a little bit because then it's not gonna all fit. And then next we're gonna do the handful of cilantro. Essentially what we do with all this is just we want to get that green color for the soup. And then what we're gonna do, let me get my tablespoon because we're gonna be putting spices. So we're gonna add, it's a tablespoon or a half a tablespoon. I can't even open it. It's about half a tablespoon. We'll put half a tablespoon. It's like half. I'm just gonna put half. I don't want to put so much. Then we're gonna do, for this one we are gonna do a tablespoon of cumin. Or comino, however you guys know it. We're gonna be doing a tablespoon of that. As you can see, a tablespoon. Then what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna add the chicken bouillon. I already have a tablespoon in here, so I'm just gonna add about 1 tablespoon. You can add more later on in the soup if you feel like it needs more. If not, then you don't have to add it. But I'll also be doing oregano into here. Put 1 tablespoon of oregano. You guys can add the coriander seeds or the little, they also call it cilantro in español, but they're like little tiny balls. But I usually don't add it, so you can, but you can if you want to. So now we're just waiting for the garlic. I feel like the garlic's already cooked. So what we're gonna do, it's already bland, so we're gonna add it, all 5 that we put in here. We're gonna add it to the sauce. Just make sure that when you guys blend it, to make sure that it's really well blended, like super blended, so we can just add it to the soup without straining it. But if you want to strain it, it's fine, it's up to you. Just make sure that you blend it really well. So now that we have that, I'm gonna add a little bit of the chicken, the water from the chicken, just so it can become a little bit liquidy, or else it's gonna be too, that's about half cup. I'm gonna add a cup. just to get everything blended. So as you can see, I added everything and I put the cup of water. As you can see, it says, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's at the one cup mark. So we're just gonna, oops, we are gonna cover it. I'm gonna twist the camera just so you guys can see a little. We're gonna cover it and we're gonna blend it. It's gonna be a little loud, so I'll pause it here and I'll show you guys once it's blended, because then I don't want to hurt you guys' ears. Okay guys, so I finished blending it. It's liquidy, as you can see. It's very well blended. I'll try to show you the color so you guys can have an idea of what it looks like. So essentially, it's this color right here. You guys can do less spinach, it'll be lighter, but essentially that's the color you want to get. Okay, it's very liquidy, it's very well blended. If you can see that, it is going to be a little bit like kind of like a salsa kind of consistency, but that's what we want, because we will be adding it to the water where the chicken is cooking. Once the chicken is cooked, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna pause it, I'm gonna shred it, and I'm gonna take it out of the pot and shred it. And then after that, we're gonna take the onion out, and we're gonna put the sauce in, and we're gonna mix it and let it boil a little bit, and then add the chicken and the cauliflower and boil it a little bit more, and then it'll be ready to eat. So that's what we're gonna be doing. I'll be back. I'm just waiting for the chicken to finish cooking a little bit. It's almost ready, and I'll be back. Okay guys, chicken's already done. I'm in the process of shredding it. I took the onion and the leaves out. I still have a few pieces left, but meanwhile I finished shredding that. I'm gonna pour the salsa into the pot so it can be boiling. So you guys can see there's nothing in the pot. So we're just gonna pour it in. If you guys need to add more water to the pot, if you put your chicken in, you still need a little bit more water, you can add more. Like, I'm just gonna put a little bit just so I can rinse a little blender. As you can see, I added it. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to mix it. And we're gonna let it boil a little bit. Meanwhile, I finished shredding. Once I shred the chicken, I'll be right back so I can show you guys to put the cauliflower and the chicken. Just let me finish shredding this and I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, so I finished shredding the chicken and now I'm gonna add it to the pot. Just make sure you guys don't burn yourself. Add the chicken. Just add it all. Wash my hands really quick, and we're gonna mix it. Okay, then we're gonna add the cauliflower so we can let the cauliflower cook. You can add it all, if not then you don't have to. You can add, or if you don't want to add cauliflower and you want to do cabbage, you can also do that. You can do veggies if you want to add more. I like cauliflower, so that's what I'm using. But essentially you can add zucchini, you can add broccoli, cabbage, what else? Bell pepper, if that's what you like. Any low carb veggies you can add. So we're just mixing it in. I still have a little bit left over. I'm not gonna put that in. The pot's pretty full, so I'm just gonna leave that out. But I'll show you guys how it looks. Okay, so this is how it looks. You see I put the cauliflower and the chicken in and the salsa. You can taste test it, just let it boil for a little bit and then taste test. And if it needs more chicken bouillon or salt, you can add to your liking. But yeah, after, just let it boil for 5 to 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more, until the cauliflower is cooked to your liking. And then you can just turn it off and serve. Just make sure you guys don't burn yourself. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's how you make green pozole. Chicken pozole. If you don't want to do chicken, you can do pork. I heard the pork one's really good. I haven't tried the pork one. Maybe I'll make it one day. But I've only tried the chicken. So that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments below what type of videos you guys want to see. And like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day, guys.